Further south, life becomes more tranquil as you follow the jagged coastline. The fragile limestone has formed hundreds of coves where it is easy to find refuge. Those who have partied too much find well-deserved rest. The utterly exhausted can count on expert hands to work their magic. You make good resolutions and take up sports, yet the respite is short-lived, as partying will quickly resume. The Romans also had a flair for parties. To take a break, it's best to leave the coast and head inland. In summer, the vegetation has difficulty tolerating the implacable sun. Yet the temperature remains pleasant in Ibiza thanks to the wind. The sun and the wind have contributed to the creation of the salt marshes, already exploited by the Carthaginians. Ibiza used to be called Salt Island. Today, the salt marshes constitute a natural reserve, and the rich ecosystem has been declared a protected zone, especially for birds. The methods of exploitation have hardly changed. Before, farmers used to collect the salt after the harvest, and they shared the profits. Difficult work carried out in the heat of July. Since antiquity, the salt from Ibiza has been renowned for its purity. Its marshes are among the largest of the Mediterranean. In the crook of a bay at the extreme south of the island, the fishermen seem timeless in the small village of Sant Antoni. Fishing has long been the only resource, along with farming. The two activities are often conducted at the same time in the coastal villages. Depending on the season, families change profession. Fishing has thus remained on a small scale in Ibiza. The boats have been reduced to the simplest models and rarely venture far from shore. Along the entire south coast, Ibiza reveals its jagged contours. The limestone rock appears particularly bare here. Limestone has a weak resistance to salt water, and the seawater is saltier than normal in the Mediterranean, which is particularly enclosed and shallow, and which has significant evaporation. The sea is also capable of isolating entire sections from the coast. A superb example of this is found in the southwestern part of the island. The rock Es Bedra culminates at 382 meters above the waves. Between the huge rocks and the coast, the ocean's currents can be violent, and the wind stirs the water's surface. The wind hasn't prevented the construction of sumptuous villas. Most have been inspired from the traditional habitat in the Mediterranean. The geometric forms, white present everywhere, and the sense of volume have influenced several great modern architects. You don't have to venture far to enter into another universe. Here, the luxury villas and techno music would be out of place. In the countryside, daily life remains the same, as it has been for hundreds of years. The land produces the essentials, the rest is superfluous. a philosophy of existence shared by the hippies when they first came here. The two worlds, with nothing in common, have lived in mutual respect. Even the trees have adapted to the new fads. At the heart of the San Josep mountain range, we reach Sant Antoni, the highest point of Ibiza, at 475 meters, with an unrestricted view of the south coast. On a clear day, you can make out the Spanish coast, 80 kilometers in the distance. On the western facade of the island, Sant Antoni de Portmany. To show that the best ideas are always the simplest, navigator Christopher Columbus succeeded in making an egg stand vertically. The town has displayed this same practical sense to give itself a boost of energy. The village has changed enormously. The seniors barely recognize it anymore. The old Roman fishing port, Porto Magnus, has actually been turned into a permanent youth center.
Let me tell you one more time. Let me tell you one more time. Let me tell you one more time.
As the last light of day slowly fades, take some time to enjoy the sunset. But this quiet moment is short-lived. The music is too tempting. You quickly fall under its spell. You grow accustomed to it almost immediately and get to know the regulars.
I am famous because I am the best pirate you ever met. My boat is the most beautiful.
The old sea dogs and artists gather to celebrate the last of the day's rays. Night may fall in Sant Antoni de Portmany, but the party continues.